Arizona played very well against them, but Aaron DeVries is going to try to control the tempo. He has so much to work with, but it's going to start with their defense.
Colorado was up 10 in the second half in Orlando Wednesday, but 22 turnovers were costly in that 1-point loss to UCF. Post to post, Malone finds a Son Joke for the first basket of the game.
Good job by Elijah Malone, and he's a very capable, willing, and able passer. You saw he attacked that double, didn't panic, found the open man.
You see the West Virginia lineup, Small filling up the box score every single night, and Small opens the game with a 3 here.
You and I were at practice yesterday. Tad Boyle went over that play over and over and over again, telling his team you have to get over the top and not allow that 3. He's going to have to work on that adjustment during the game.
Hammond leaves the floater short. You said it the other night, if Javon Small starts to make threes, watch out.
He just was way too comfortable on that play. They've got to play that ball screen tighter and tougher at the top.
35% from 3 on the season. Now Jonathan Powell's 38%, the freshman off target. Colorado off to an 0-3 start in conference play for the first time in 8 years, as they were in the Pac-12 then, back in the Big 12 for the first time since the 2010-2011 season. Hammond down low to Malone, and Malone too strong with it.
You see they're going right inside early and often, and Malone's doing a good job of carving out that low post space.
Now Small getting downhill, and Javon Small draws the foul. Had the step on R.J. Smith.
Well, Darren DeVries understands and knows what he has, and if you give Javon Small some space, and on this possession they were spread out, it was basically a 5-out, and the help's got to come a lot sooner. They've got to help off shooters. If you help off Harris, you can do that because he's not a great three-point shooter. At that time, everybody stayed home and Small got all the way to the rim.
Top 10 in the Big 12 in minutes, leads the conference in that category. Scoring leads the Big 12 there too, 19.5 a game. It's also top 10 in assists, steals, and free throw percentage at 88%.
Well, it's not ironic or even surprising. There is a group of NBA scouts here today to take a look at Javon Small because he clearly is a top prospect.
Darren DeVries says from day one he has loved Small's competitiveness and intensity, just willing to do whatever it takes to win. And a whistle away from the ball. And a foul called against Eduardo Andre of West Virginia. You see Tad Boyle, year 15. When his tenure started here, Colorado was in the Big 12, then 13 years in the Pac-12, back to the Big 12. Andre Yakimovsky off the mark from 3. He had 4 of those against UCF. Boyle says, yeah, it's a marathon, 20 games in the Big 12. We stumbled out of the blocks. There's just no consistency from my team yet.
Well, and that's not surprising. He's got basically a brand new team from last year in the special season they had a year ago, but he's got a special coach, and he'll figure it out. And they're tough, especially in this building.
5-2 West Virginia lead. Hammond turns it over. Numbers for the Mountaineers. And Powell puts it in.
Well, that's been Colorado's problem, but give West Virginia's defense a lot of credit. They attacked that trap, were aggressive in it, and Colorado's got to attack one of those trappers, and that's what happens is they get inconsistent offensively.
Smith is short. He struggled the last 2 for Colorado. West Virginia on the move again. Small the extra feed. Open look for Powell, and he buries the triple.
Well, it starts with the defense, and they're going to try to get runouts because Darren DeVries knows if this gets into a grind, a half-court type game, he doesn't have the bodies or the offensive skill players to really make it happen in the half-court, but in transition, they can be very good.
10 straight for the Mountaineers after the Buffs had the first bucket of the game. Smith tries it again. This time he connects. 51% from 3 on the season. He was 0 of 6, Tim, from 3 the last 2 games.
A very good look from the weak side, and they set a little back screen. That was a special play called from the bench.
So 10-5, West Virginia on top, approaching the 16-minute mark. Here's Toby Okani, the UIC transfer, and heading the other way as Andre was looking for the rebound there. He picked up his second personal.
It's not a smart play by Andre. Good aggressiveness on the inside, but when you're blocked out like that and you already have one foul, you've just got to stay away.
Yeah, so one of the best shot blockers in the Big 12 has to take a seat early. And Amani Hansberry, the Illinois transfer, comes in. Hansberry's okay. He left early. You saw it, Tim. 8 minutes to go against Arizona with an ankle injury that's bothered him. Darren DeVries said yesterday, yeah, he's feeling much better.
The main thing you have to do in short turnarounds in the Big 12 is, especially when you're banged up a little bit, is survive the long flights.
How about Hassan Joe with the shot from long range?
Took his time. He's only made 3 on the season, but he looked really smooth on that one coming to the top.
So Colorado with 6 in a row. A couple of threes. 10-8 West Virginia. Powell trying to get past Yakimovsky. And Powell with a savvy move with the fall away.
Oh, he's a freshman that's very promising. And Darren DeVries said he is starting to get comfortable. The game's slowing down for him. And with each game, he's getting more confident as a freshman.
12-8, Mountaineers on top. We apologize for the technical difficulties with our score bug at the moment. Yakimovsky on the block against Powell at this end. And Yakimovsky scores.
Yeah, that's a weight room move by Yakimovsky. He is 6'8", 220, and that time he knew what he wanted. He posted up, went right over the left shoulder.
Transfer from Washington State. And Yakimovsky's given Colorado some good scoring punch. Small, not this time. Loose ball. Yakimovsky was there. And it'll stay at this end.
It's 6 in the net, and they're 0-4 in the league. So anything can go. It's a great conference, and it's here for the long haul. Tad Boyle understands it is a marathon.
It's been so good year after year. The SEC this year might be historically good, but the Big 12 certainly still up there. Late in the shot clock, Hansberry pulled the string. Javon Ruffin back on the floor for Colorado. He missed the last game with a stomach bug that made its way through the entire team. And Colorado turns it over here as Bengot Dak threw it over the head of Trevor Baskin.
And that's what Tad Boyle's talking about. And that's what he was annoyed about yesterday in practice and coming off the UCF game. Just unforced turnovers. I mean, I don't know where Dak was throwing that, even if it wasn't into the band. There was nobody open. Just the simple pass, especially for a big guy up top. He's just got to make the simple, short, trusted pass.
Now, Tad Boyle said yesterday when we asked him, have you pinpointed what is the real issue with turnovers? It's everything. He said it's passing, it's footwork, it's the ball handling, it's catching.
Yeah, it's fundamental basketball. I mean, any level, it's so important. And they have a good basketball team. They do a lot of good things. They have good players, but then they go periods of time where they just kind of don't run their stuff, and they try to hit the home run. I guess that's the best way to put it. They try to hit the home run on every possession. Here's another turnover.
Yeah, so back-to-back offensive fouls. Monty Hansberry for West Virginia. And Colorado gives it right back. You see Darren DeVries, yeah, spelled like it's Darian, but no, pronounced Darren. Last 6 years at Drake, NCAA tournament bids, 3 of the last 4 years. You know, Tommy Lloyd joked after Arizona beat West Virginia the other night, hey, they beat us in Maui, they beat Gonzaga, they beat Kansas already. If I was DeVries' agent, I would have 2 more years on his contract already.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. They've got a special coach there. It's a good shot by Yusufu. And the thing is, about Darren DeVries, you look at it, and the job he's doing is excellent so far in West Virginia, but his resume, that's not surprising. All he does is win.
And another turnover for Colorado, the 4th of the first half. Back to the Yesufu 3.
Just a good spot up, and Yesufu has kind of been a good solid backup. He's going to have to step up over the next few weeks with all these injuries, and that time he just took his time.
He shapes up as that X factor off the bench for West Virginia, especially without Tucker DeVries. The walk-on, Jake Auer missed the 3. Here comes Colorado. Trailing 3 for Yakimovsky. Baskin, the offensive rebound, and he left it short.
Well, Yakimovsky, he can make that shot, sure, but they've turned it over, I think, 3 out of the last 4 possessions. They need to work the ball, make the defense work a little bit down at that end.
Oh, Small all the way to the rack. He's fouled. Javon Small was ready to create a poster.
Now, you better be down in a stance and be ready to guard before Javon Small catches the ball. And if you extend and gamble against him, that's what happens. He is just too explosive, too strong, too tough, and too smart.
Tim, how have you seen him grow from being Oklahoma State's best player last year, tough season for the Pokes, now with West Virginia? It's like he's leveled up.
Well, I think a year ago he was just adjusting to this level, which it's an adjustment to go from East Carolina to the Big 12. And I think he just played. He just played. And this year he's a total basketball player. Certainly showed some signs last year of being very good. And his numbers were good, but that gets shadowed when you're not on a good team, and he wasn't. And sometimes tried to do a little bit too much, and you don't get recognized when you don't win. And I think he was pretty good, but now he's very good. I think he's in better shape. He's total focused, and he's committed to winning.
And now getting a rare breather. Again, he leads the Big 12, averaging 36 minutes a game.
Here we go, let's guard, guard.
Sincere Harris returns for the Mountaineers. Sticking with Ruffin. Now Dak. And the whistle with O'Connor on him. Foul's called.
It's kind of a wasted foul in itself by O'Connor. Good job, good hustle, good toughness pressuring the basketball, but there's no reason to get out there and get into the chest of Dak when he's 30 feet from the basket, and he's already turned it over twice out there with no pressure.
So Small off the floor for West Virginia, and Hammond off the floor for Colorado here. Ruffin running the show. There's Dak on the perimeter again. 6 to shoot.
West Virginia's defense is harassing right now.
And Ruffin still drains the 3.
That was good defense. Harris was right in his face, and much needed, but confident with Ruffin on the perimeter.
Ruffin's 7th made 3 of the season. Hansberry working inside against Dak, and he scores.
Good job by Hansberry. Just back Dak down. Dak's got to try to use his length on the interior.
Baskin, the D2 All-American at Colorado Mesa last year, draws the foul. And that sends us to an official timeout. Fouls on Harris. Losses, West Virginia against Arizona, Colorado on the road against UCF. Hammond still off the floor for Colorado here. Dak looking for Baskin inside, and he found his target. Baskin with the bucket.
Well, Dak proving right there that he is a quality passer. That time he just took his time, but West Virginia's pressured. As Colorado back on their heels a little bit, but that time they responded. Did a good job finding the open man in the paint.
So 19-15 West Virginia. And Yesufu hits the deck, and the foul is called.
Post up down low, and doing a good job on the box. And Baskin just was not to be denied. West Virginia did a good job wrapping around him, but Dak threw the pinpoint pass.
See Hammond back on the floor for the Buffs. Javon Small back in for West Virginia. You know, Baskin makes the move up from Division II Colorado Mesa. Elijah Malone, who's back out there from NAIA Grace College in Indiana. And Tad Boyle said it yesterday. They are still adjusting to this level. It's a huge leap.
It's a huge leap. It is. You see it around college basketball. Some guys can't adjust to it, and they've done a nice job of proving they can play at this level.
And he made the point for both. This is their 7th high major game of the season. 3 in Maui. And now the 4th Big 12 game of the season as Malone is fouled.
If you just watch them without knowing their background, though, you'd say they're fine. They're good. They're good enough players to play in the Big 12, and that's a great job by the staff, Tad, Billy Greer, and company of finding and identifying it. That's a risky thing when you go and look at players. You know, they could look good at that level, but you always wonder how will they adjust to all that goes with it to playing at this level, and I think they both have.
Malone was the NAIA Player of the Year at Grace College last season and had offers from Indiana, Notre Dame, Butler in addition to Colorado. Hansberry picked up the foul. It's his second, so Andre is back in with the 2 personals, and Colorado turns it over with the travel.
Again, you see West Virginia's game plan defensively. They are getting out and really pressuring the bigs, and here a turnover almost, and that it was a turnover. Great job by Colorado.
Boy, and Small is wondering how in the world was Yakimovsky not the last one to touch it there. And I believe they're changing it. Let's take another look.
Well, they clearly can't review it. I started to stroll over to the monitor, but that's not reviewable, obviously, at this point in the game.
Right. That's Colorado ball.
The Buffs stole one on that one.
Yeah, literally.
It happens.
Hammond from deep.
Again, we were talking about the game plan in West Virginia. They are really getting up in the skin, under the skin of the bigs of Colorado on the perimeter. They've got to be able to create a little space, maybe off the bounce, 1 or 2 dribbles.
Powell in and out. Yeah, Tim, I mean, West Virginia ranks in the top 20 in Ken Pomp's defensive efficiency metric. And they're great defending the perimeter, especially. Another turnover for the Buffs as Malone's trying to find Baskin.
Well, Colorado has plan A, B, and C as far as defending Javon Small. I think they may want to look at some of their offensive sets right now because their bigs are all on the perimeter. That time you saw Malone on the perimeter. You've seen Dak out there. You've seen Zope out there. And they're handling the ball, and they're under pressure, and they're not handling it well. So they may make a move to have their guards maybe run the offense a little bit more at the top.
6 turnovers for Colorado now. Harris getting downhill, threw it up, and he's fouled.
So when you're defending Sincere Harris, this is what you can't do. Especially he's on the right side of the floor. He is a hard left-handed driver, and he gets right to the middle. You got him. You have to force him back to his right hand and give him some space because he's only an 11% three-point shooter.
And yet, in the last 2 games, finally got off the schneid. Harris was 0 for his first 28 from 3, Tim. And he's now 4 of his last 8. He had a miss early in this one.
Well, as a coach, if you're letting a guy shoot that much, you know that he has that ability. So sometimes it's mental. You just have to let him shoot it until he breaks out of it, because he does have good form, and he made 2 in a row against Arizona the other night when we were there and looked very smooth in doing it.
He cut that lead to 5 at that point before Arizona stretched it out again. And another turnover by Colorado. It has been the story of their season, Tim. They average 15 a game. That's the worst in the Big 12.
Well, and again, it's one of the bigs outside of the three-point line. I think they can do a better job of be more successful by maybe posting up a Malone. They went to him early, and he gave them fits inside, and especially with Andre with 2 fouls in the game, you can go right at him.
Small finding Andre, rolling to the basket, counted on the foul.
Well, that's the danger of Javon Small. You have to pick your poison with him, and that time they stay with the dribbler a little bit, but they don't trap him. They kind of ice the ball screen and half stay with him, and no one picks up Andre on the roll.
And Hammond is called for the foul. That's his second for Colorado.
R.J. Smith's running the point now. They've got Malone down low, which is, I think, a great move for Colorado. Try to get him the ball in the box. Now he pops back out.
Malone set the screen. Andre, the quick hands. The big man with the steal. Small, no. Loose ball picked up by Hammond.
Good hustle on the retreat by Colorado after the steal.
Hammond finds Smith. Oh, Small with the block. Hammond drills it from the corner. A frantic possession. It ends up as a Buffalo 3.
Well, Ted Emmerich, sometimes the best offense when you're struggling is offense by accident. And that was not drawn up, but still, it was good effort and efficiency when it counted.
O'Connie got the friendly bounce. Well, Toby O'Connie, Darren DeVries, very familiar with him in the Missouri Valley. O'Connie played at UIC. He was on the all-defensive team last year. Good glue guy that they picked up in the portal.
I like O'Connie a lot, but now the guards for Colorado starting to heat up, and that's who they have to go through. Their 2 guards, and then let everything else fall in place after that.
So back-to-back triples for Hammond. And it's a 5-point game at 26-21. Small with Yakimovsky on him. Again, Andre on the roll. Oh, and Andre flips it in.
Right now, Eduardo Andre on the roll, doing a great job in finding a way, making that extra step, the footwork, but Colorado's got to try to put a body on him. At least someone's got to stay somewhat glued to him and contest at the rim.
Darren DeVries is saying, shooter, shooter. Hammond has the hot hand, and he misfires this time. Harris turning the corner. And out of bounds to Colorado. Timeout.
Don't care, and obviously they didn't care that day. They had a terrific game plan. They shortened the game, they shortened the possessions, and they had Javon Small at the end when it counted.
One of 3 ranked wins for West Virginia already this year, and now the Mountaineers are in the top 25 for the first time in 2 years themselves. 28-21 here, approaching the 6-minute mark. Ruffin the fall away. And here comes Javon Small, leading scorer in the Big 12. Powell's had a good start to this one. How about another triple for the freshman?
He was shot ready, and boy, does Javon Small see the court well. He had one thing in mind: find the open man. His defender backed up. It was an easy pass, point blank pass, and catch and shoot.
First player in double figures, Powell with 10. And almost another turnover by Colorado. Ruffin a deep 3, way off.
West Virginia's defense is just so aggressive, out in the passing lanes, pressuring the basketball, moving on the pass, harassing all over the court.
West Virginia with its largest lead, up 10. Hansberry from the outside. And deflected by Small. It'll stay with Colorado. Back to Powell from the perimeter.
Just a simple pass, and for some reason Yakimovsky got caught ball watching in the middle of the floor. He was in good help position in case Small tried to dribble drive down the middle of the floor, but instead you've got to be aware he is going to find the open man if you cheat.
Darren DeVries said yesterday the game is slowing down for Powell. He used to hurry, used to be anxious, Dak to the rack for 2. But now Jonathan Powell is realizing, I'm 6'6". I don't have to take a shot immediately.
Right, and playing with Javon Small really helps. And that was a nice play by Colorado. A little 2-man pick and roll that cleared out the backside, and that's what they need. They have to have some balance, and Dak is pretty good with that, and that's just way too easy. Driving baseline for Yusufu, who averages 4 points a game, and he's already got 5 in the first half.
Started his career with Darren DeVries at Drake and finishing it up with DeVries at West Virginia. Dak inside again, this time he's fouled.
Yusufu just taking the baseline and coming down, and here's a dribble drive and a little pick and roll, and I like that with Dak. He's good feet, good hands, good ability at the rim. You know, these travel issues are, even yesterday West Virginia was a little bit delayed coming in, and everybody's got a different story because they're traveling all over the country playing in these different leagues. And we heard Mick Cronin the other night talking about UCLA's flight from LA to Maryland to play a league game, and it happens. And as a coach, you just have to make adjustments in your own mind, because if you get crazy about stuff, then the players are going to, they have a built-in excuse.
Well, West Virginia had to fly out of Pittsburgh instead of Morgantown to get here. Their plane was a little delayed, winter weather, it's that time of year, but got here plenty of time and got their practice in last night before the game today. Under 10 to shoot. O'Connell looking for an outlet. Hansberry down to 3 on the timer. Oh, Hansberry lost it, got to put it up. Back was turned, it's a shot clock violation, didn't catch rim.
Florida in the NCAA tournament that you were at, and you can hang your hat on that all season long. You can point back to what you did well in a game like that to help your team grow. And obviously they're going through still some growing pains, but you know it can be done because they did it that night in Maui.
R.J. Smith airballed that 3. It's a brand new team for Colorado, really like it is for West Virginia. Powell off target. Here comes Baskin in the open floor. Oh, got stripped by Small and out of bounds to West Virginia. And the Mountaineers, Tim, they just make it so tough on you, no matter if you're in transition or not.
And one thing you can't do is over-penetrate. You've got to see the floor. You've got to let things settle in. And right now they're having trouble. Now they're pressing up on West for defense travels. It really does, and we all get caught up into the offensive numbers. But you know, we know without Tucker DeVries, they have to play a little bit different style, and they've got to hang their hat on their defense. And then they've got a point guard that is special, elite, but who's also unselfish.
Yesufu tweaked something there. He is wincing, and the officials stop things here. Now you see the look on his face.
He doesn't want to come out. He's playing pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
He knows his minutes have been 15 a game, and he's playing some significant minutes today.
Powell on the drive. Oh, looking for O'Connell. Ruffin saved it. West Virginia still has it. And was the shot clock supposed to reset there? It did.
Come in, Greg. Come on. Bring it in.
They reset it to 28 there.
They deemed Ruffin had possession, which he did. That's good officiating. Excellent crew here on a Sunday afternoon.
Andre finding the cutting Small, trying to scoop it off the deck. Loose ball, a tie-up, and it'll stay at this end with the arrow.
Andre tried to squeeze it in there, but he's an excellent passer for a big man. Just pretty good defense. Colorado's played better defense the last couple minutes. They're more active on the basketball, doing a better job away and contesting.
Andre all the way to the rim for 2+1.
Eduardo Andre is not going to set any record scoring wise, but he is very efficient in a lot of ways. First defensively, we noted that, but also offensively, running the pick and roll, the ability to make passes and then finish in traffic.
A couple of years at Nebraska, a couple of years at Fresno State. Andre says, I've never been to an NCAA tournament in my career. That's why I'm here. I'm here because of Coach DeVries, who clearly has that track record.
Well, they use him very efficiently. They don't try to give him too much, but they also don't ignore him as well.
Ruffin, nice pass, and Baskin with the flush.
Well, that's where I think Colorado can do their work. They've got to try to just be patient, enter the basketball, and try to go inside. And then maybe the outside will loosen up if they start going to the rim.
Taller Yakimovsky watching Small here. Now Baskin on the switch. Small racing. And Small using the head fake to his advantage.
Well, that's the head fake we saw at the end of the Kansas game. That's a lost art. Just the ball fake, the head fake, the shot fake, and no one does it better.
Now Yakimovsky for three. Oh, way off target.
He was open, but he just had to rush it because of the ability and the quickness of West Virginia to close out quickly.
Yakimovsky considered Colorado's best perimeter defender. He has had a tough time with Javon Small. Andre the screen. Small the step back.
Well, that was good defense by Colorado on that possession.
They feed Baskin. Carrington, the former walk-on, puts it home.
Good job by Carrington, just cutting on the weak side, moving without the basketball. Good job again by Colorado. Baskin making a nice pass under pressure.
And now pressure from Colorado after the make.
Well, that's their game plan, but they get it to the one-man press breaker, but he had to rush it.
Baskin the steal, trying to find Yakimovsky. Yesufu takes it right back.
Tad Boyle's chest just getting tighter by the second over there. Good, bad play, good play, bad play.
Ruffin the pass ahead to Baskin for the deuce.
More energy here in the last few minutes by Colorado. They're starting to settle into this game and adjust to the pressure of West Virginia. And yes, this pressure is disrupting West Virginia a bit.
Shot clock dark. Final 20 seconds as Colorado has cut it to single digits here.
Good job, just slowing West Virginia down, full court pressure.
Small with 5, almost lost it, gave it up. Andre the dunk right before the horn. Oh,
I think that's what they'll do. They'll try to attack a little first with Hammond and Smith and then go inside.
now Hammond coming off a career-high 26 in the loss to UCF, had 6 points in the first half here. Baskin starts the second half and going high-low with Hassan Jope and the fouls called.
Well, they're going with Hammond and Ruffin to start the half because Ruffin played good. He's got a little more size. He can be aggressive, and I think that's what they need to do. Try to put some pressure on the interior of West Virginia's defense first and then work inside back out.
Jope at the line, 83% on the year, drilling the first. Tad Boyle told us yesterday, Tim, I loved Hassan's energy against UCF. We just need him to find that consistent level of effort.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a good prospect. He's going to make mistakes in this league for sure, but you can see the talent. That time he did a good job of finding that angle to the rim to get fouled.
Jope was in the ESPN 100 his senior year of high school, number 74 in the class of 2023. Small with Jope on him. This is fun. Small trying to break him down, cut off, 5 to shoot. The footwork by Small, and way too strong.
Good job by Jope, just holding his ground, not reaching, not going for the pump fake, and just using his length.
Ruffin got cut off by Andre. Hammond takes the baseline, couldn't reverse it home.
Good job by Andre, just protecting, resisting without fouling.
Back to Small, this time against Baskin. Yakimovsky on the switch. And a step back 3 for Javon Small.
That's not fair, Ted. It's not, because you have to play the dribble drive, and he just is so good at creating space with the step back.
A dozen for Small. Hammond, that drops.
Good job by Hammond. Julian Hammond understanding you can go down low against West Virginia. And the thing is about Yakimovsky, he's doing a very good job. He's using his length, but they're trying to guard him off the bounce and play that bounce, and then all of a sudden now he takes that quick step back.
Small giving up 5 inches in that matchup against Yakimovsky. Now against Ruffin. Another step back and another triple. Javon Small making it rain in Boulder.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do. I guess you have to go against the grain there and just say, okay, take away the 3 and then hope he misses inside or gives some help. And there comes Hammond again.
So Small and Hammond trading baskets. Small with the 3s, Hammond with the 2s.
Good doubles, Toby, Toby.
Two of the best guards in the Big 12. Oh, one more step back triple. Give it to him. Javon Small's on a heater.
Not much you can do with that as a coach. You know, we said earlier, the one-man press breaker, he does remind me a lot of Chris Paul when he was in college. It's just impossible to defend him because with one guy. And then if you do guard him with 2, send the double at him. He's so unselfish and so good. He's going to find the open man, but here you have to stay with him. You have to get up in his chest. Even if he on the blow-by, give up the blow-by, hope that somebody can come and help and you can rotate a little bit. But much easier said than done when you're guarding a guy like this.
The development is just remarkable from last year to this year. Hammond in a crowd. Oh, that almost went down for a chance at 3.
And West Virginia seemingly in the first 3 minutes of this half and the last 5 minutes of the first half have solved the turnover issue, and they're starting to score a little bit in the half court. But the problem is my math teacher told me when I was younger, 3 beats 2 every time. And
yep.
And that's what the problem is right now with Small.
Hammond hits the first, cutting into what was the biggest lead of the game for West Virginia at 14.
And, you know, when you look at his stats and you watch and break him down on tape, he is a good, sufficient, and efficient three-point shooter, but that's not his game. He only makes about 3 per game, but he's starting to feel it, so you have to make that adjustment.
So Hammond knocks them both down. Small is 4 of 6 from downtown. 18 points. Powell had 10 in the first half. And secured by Joe. Hammond gave it up. Nice defense by Okani against Yakimovsky. Joe over Andre. That doesn't drop.
It's a good move by Joe. This little spin move took his time, but there's guys open on the perimeter. You got to look. If the ball goes inside, you feel that double. You've got to look back outside.
Oh, come on. Small, not this time. Same move, different result. Now Baskin against Andre. Backing him down. And a foul on Andre. That is his 3rd.
Guy every night, and you know, they inserted Del Orso into the starting lineup. KJ Lewis has been really good as well, and they found their way. They found their way now. They're playing really good defense. They've got nice balance, and they've got a winning coach, a guy who knows how to win at a high levels. And talking to Tommy Lloyd at last Tuesday when we were in Morgantown, he says, listen, it's a marathon. You got to set yourself up to have a good conference season. They had a brutal non-conference schedule. They had their ups and downs with that, but now they're playing their best basketball.
Yakimovsky, the spin against Auer.
Well, that's good coaching right there. Understanding that mismatch gave him some room to roam, and he just took his time, went right to the rim. And Colorado now is starting to run their offense right around the rim, and they've really been successful with that. They have to just find a way to slow down Javon Small.
Yesufu from the outside. That's a triple.
Yesufu has come up big today. Out of nowhere. Much needed with the lack of depth on the squad on the bench for West Virginia.
Couple of 3s, 8 points now for Yesufu. He was teammates with Yakimovsky at Washington State. last year. There's Yakimovsky with another bucket.
They're going right to the well there. They see that mismatch, and Darren DeVries can't watch that much longer because Tad Boyle is a veteran coach. He's going to keep going to that play right on the box.
Yesufu wants another. And the rebound for Yakimovsky. The native of North Macedonia, just north of Greece in Europe. Hammond attacking hour. So 3 straight times they go against the walk-on, and a timeout for West Virginia. Now he's the quarterback for Colorado on the court.
He is, and Tad Boyle better be aware that Dion will scoop him up with Shedeur going to the pros. He's going to the NFL next year, but Dion fever is alive and well.
Prime all the time here in Boulder, and for good reason. Oh, Small got Hammond off his feet. Couldn't bury the 3. And a foul called against Colorado.
Now, he's got one of the best shot fakes that I've seen in college basketball in a long time. Just on balance, really shows the ball, head fake, ball fake, and stuff you teach the young ones in camp, but it's hard to perfect.
Back into the hands of Small against Bangot Dak. Under 10 to shoot. Small got past Dak, and he puts it in. Oh, Javon Small hit Bangot Dak with the 2 small. And they blow the whistle here. It's a technical foul against Small for the taunt, I believe. Bangot Dak goes 6'11". Small scores over him. It gets teed up.
Well, it's a point of emphasis this year, and hopefully as we move on in college basketball, the players will understand. And he's allowed, I guess. He's played so well, and defying the laws of gravity, the way he just hangs in the air and draws the contact and finishes through contact amongst the bigs down low. And Kip Kissinger said, no, thank you, can't do that.
Can't do that, can't say that. But we heard exactly what came out of his mouth, but you can guess if it warranted a technical. Oh, Hammond trying the pocket pass. It's stolen by Yesufu. Powell rejected by Carrington.
Harrison Carrington gives him that energy guy off the bench, and he makes a lot of unsung plays. And this time, tremendous hustle from the weak side and great timing as well with the resistance.
Carrington, at one time a walk-on, was put on scholarship in September. Sophomore from Menlo Park in California. Small, the lob. Oh, Connie couldn't finish, but it's a foul.
Javon Small threw that ball way up in the air. I think it was about to clear the backboard, and Dak made a quick recovery, but there was contact right at the release.
So Dak picks up his 3rd. Connie just 55% at the line. This is his first trip to the line today. Well, school's back in session tomorrow for Colorado. Not a bad turnout. Students just getting back. Connie goes 0 for 2 and heading the other way.
I think some fans have snuck in here after the Broncos went down already. And
yep.
Colorado's played tough. They've played tough the last 5 minutes of this first half, and first part of this half. Other than the 3 threes by Small, Colorado's played pretty good defense as well.
Yeah, so you got Bills fans here. You just saw Broncos fans, of course, here in Boulder. Pretty brave walking in here with the Josh Allen jerseys. Then that said, remember Josh Allen, product of Wyoming. You head up about a couple hours to Laramie.
Not as brave as the Bronco fans that were in the stadium in Buffalo today.
Play is confirmed. Number 8 is our shooter.
Dangerous.
Officials just making sure that the right shooter toe the line here. Dak at the ready. So they get that sorted. And Dak was 0 for 2 earlier. Back to the line here.
Well, Dak
has one more.
Sorry, Ted. Dak has settled down too since the first part of this game. He had the turnovers early, and Colorado seemingly has straightened that part of their game out. Now they have to figure out a way to just play more solid defense. Now they're going to get into their press, which they had in their game plan all day when on a score to try to wear down West Virginia.
Remember, with Javon Small's 3 consecutive threes, Mountaineers led by 14. Colorado has cut that lead in half. Eight on the timer. Back to Small against Yakimovsky. Small, another step back. Not this time for 2.
Terrific defense by Yakimovsky. He just would not relent. He gave him a little room, but he still was able to cut him off.
And Carrington, grazed the nylon there, but Yakimovsky recovers it. Carrington swatted by Andre, but a foul. And if it's on Andre, it's number 4.
Carrington putting a hard hat on, just making those plays. Toughness, kind of smashes his way down. All Andre had to do was build the wall down there, just a little overextended, and he's going to have to come out.
So Andre picks up his 4th personal. The backbone of West Virginia's defense. And Carrington in and out with the 1st. As Amani Hansberry comes on for Andre. Now, we haven't seen Elijah Malone here in the second half for Colorado.
Well, they're down a little bit of a smaller, quicker lineup, a lineup that handles the ball a little better. I think the pressure was getting to Malone a little bit from West Virginia. And this lineup, more ball handling, better length as far as ability to guard on the perimeter.
Harris, the step, the block by Carrington again.
Who is this guy, Ted? He's got 1 block on the season. He's the protector this afternoon. That's no fluke. Great timing, extension, and toughness from Harrison Carrington.
There's a reason he's on scholarship now.
And there's a reason he's on the floor. He's made a lot of good plays.
Hansberry backing down Yakimovsky, foul.
Tad Boyle claps. He doesn't mind that. He likes the toughness. Yakimovsky is rock tough, and he's proven it. You know, he had those 3s in his face, but in that last possession, he really guarded Small like a pro, cutting off the angle, using his length, and then contesting on the mid-range shot.
Small against Ruffin late in the shot clock. O'Connor pulls the trigger. Hansberry an offensive board. Loose ball picked up by Carrington. Ahead to Baskin. Ruffin tried the tip. And it's pulled in by Harris.
That was a good play, though. All the way to the rim. Baskin just got caught a little bit under the goal. Hit that Euro step and got caught with a bad angle. Now the big-time player is going to try to take it over.
A little more noise here in Boulder now. 6 to shoot for Hansberry. Against Baskin. Too strong.
Really good defense by Colorado there. Not relenting.
Ruffin initiating with Hammond off the floor. Sebastian Ronchik in.
Kansas on the road to just beat Oklahoma State without him. I mean, they kind of retooled and understand. And Javon Small he's shown me so much without Tucker DeVries that he doesn't try to do too much. He still gets everyone else involved. He knows that by far he's the best player on the court, but he gives his teammates a chance to be good because of what he does.
Now Small is trapped by Carrington and Ronchik, and 3 NBA draft picks on that team. And here today, they've cut a 14-point deficit down to 4. Small moves it across this time.
Good job by Small, though, taking the timeout rather than turning it over, understanding how to reorganize themselves. And that time they did a good job of getting organized against that pressure.
5 to shoot. Yesufu over Ruffin. This is a 2. That's right down the chute. A long 2.
Yesufu has come to play this afternoon. Played against Colorado before when he was at Washington State in the Pac-12, so he feels comfortable in this building.
10 points now for Yesufu. Ronchik on the drive. Forget about the shot. Foul is called. It'll still be 2 free throws.
Has played very well today, just taking his time and a couple threes in the first half. Got banged up a little bit, but he's played with a lot of toughness. He's got that strong body. He's defended well on the perimeter.
You saw the toe on the line there, so yes, a 2 for Yesufu. Now 2 free throws for Sebastian Ronchik from Slovakia. Now Colorado's already in the double bonus here.
We're seeing a different rotation here. We're told Elijah Malone is dealing with some back issues, and he's got a wrap around his midsection over there on the bench. And R.J. Smith has not been involved either. They've gone with Ruffin and all the forwards too. They're playing with 1 guard, sometimes 2. Now it's Ruffin and Hammond in the backcourt.
Even without Malone, this has become an energy lineup for the Buffs here in the second half.
Well, Ronchik and Baskin, and Yakimovsky, they can all guard multiple positions, and now they're coming back in with Zope, and they're all long and lanky, but they're all very athletic. They can move their feet, so they can guard multiple positions, and that length can bother West Virginia, and it has a little bit in the last few minutes of this game.
So you saw Malone and his resume on the bench, dealing with a sore back, we're told. Like Tim said. Harris. Five to shoot. Yesufu against Trevor Baskin. And it's a walk. A turnover by West Virginia.
Well, a couple things have happened. Colorado solved the turnover issue. They started going inside more instead of running their offense on the outside. They tried to go right inside first, and not only with the pass to the bigs, but also driving with the guards.
Knocked out,
but
by
also
Harris.
Their defense, Ted, has been excellent. They're doing a good job of communicating. They're handling the pick and roll at the top, and it's basically been one and done. West Virginia doesn't crash the offensive boards much, but Colorado's doing a good job of getting it off the glass and trying to run out.
And now a foul on Yesufu. And so Ruffin steps to the line for 2. Remember, Colorado didn't get to the line much at all in that first half. And the fouls have piled up on West Virginia. They got in the bonus. Now the double bonus very early. You see what Colorado's done at the line here in the second. And the other thing that's helped him is they haven't turned it over in the second half. Just one turnover in the second half after 11 in the first half.
And when they didn't turn over the first half, they ran pretty good offense. And West Virginia's got to try to amp up the pressure a little bit. Try to get into Hammond and Smith and see if they can get out and get some runouts off some turnovers. Now they're going to have to face the press again. Let's see if Powell, he's got to run the baseline to try to get Small the ball. He's stationary there. He should run the baseline. He's allowed to after a make.
They feed it into Small.
Change the angle. When you're allowed to run the baseline, you should always take advantage of that opportunity because it changes the passing angle.
Now Small guarded by Hammond instead of Yakimovsky. Joe picks him up on the switch. Bigger defender. Small tries the step back. Joe run on the floor and he's fouled.
Well, Javon Ruffin has played an excellent second half, and here with the hit ahead, had his eyes up and just the direct bullet pass. That ball had to have some juice on it, or else West Virginia was recovering and on the retreat. But on the other end, they did a really good job of contesting Small on that step back.
Tell you what, Ruffin's really made a difference here in the second half. He's played a lot more alongside Hammond instead of R.J. Smith.
Well, I think his size means a lot for Colorado. His size at the guard spot. No, he's about 6'5", but he's got those long arms. He plays a lot bigger than 6'5", and that's bothered West Virginia's guards on the defensive end.
And now it's a two-point game. Under 9 to play.
And the other thing this press has done is pretty obvious. It's been successful, not necessarily with steals, but taking a lot of time off the clock, and West Virginia doesn't have a lot of time now to run half-court offense.
Small. He draws the foul. Just what West Virginia needed. Javon Small on the attack, but man, was he shaken up.
He hit the floor pretty hard. He did that acrobatic move and drew the foul. He is a tough guy. And he knew this was needed, and then just kind of thrust his body into Ruffin. Ruffin actually was in pretty good defensive position, and Small just threw his body into him to draw the foul and then take one for the team with his body.
You saw him clutch his right elbow, landed hard on that side.
Now this pressure that Colorado's putting on in the full court has not allowed West Virginia to get organized and run their half-court offense, because by the time that Small got the ball over in the wing, there was like around 10 seconds to go in the clock, so they don't have time to set anything up. But when you have a guy like Javon Small that's so smart and can make plays on his own, that's what he needed to do, and he did it.
Trying to shake out that arm. Third best free throw shooter in the Big 12. Splits the pair.
Yeah, that obviously bothered him there. He short-armed that one.
Baskin trying to spin around Hansberry, and a foul.
Darren DeVries wanted to walk. I thought they were going to call a held ball here, but a lot of toughness here by Trevor Baskin. He's wrapped his arm around, but he gets into the body.
So 4 personals on Hansberry. We haven't seen Eduardo Andre in a while after he picked up his 4th. So foul trouble in the middle for West Virginia.
Tad Boyle ditched that offense that we saw in the first 10 minutes of this game, and smart move by him. And you knew he is a smart coach. He saw that. He said, wait a minute, our big guys are handling the ball out on the perimeter, and what are they doing? They're just turning it over. Now they're spacing the floor. They've gone smaller, and they're letting their forwards have some space and try to drive to the rim, or trying to post up first and then maybe go back outside and let the guards attack.
See, Andre has returned. With the 4 personals just like Hansberry now. Back to a 2-point margin.
Let's see how they handle the press. been unsuccessful getting the ball to Small because Colorado is sending the second defender at him. Now they get it back to him, and he'll have time to operate.
Back to Small with 10 on the shot clock. Asking for the clear out. Against Yakimovsky. Small. Andre, the offensive rebound, and the throwdown.
Well, Andre's so important. He's been out of the game this half with 4 fouls, but he's got to keep himself on the floor.
Andre's first points of the second half. He's got a dozen. Baskin against Andre, again playing with 4 personals. Joke puts it in.
Colorado continues to go right deep into the post, posting up right in front of the rim. Been really successful. Yakimovsky did a really good job on that last possession. Andre hurt him on the offensive glass, but his defense has been really good the last 4 or 5 minutes on Small.
Fans to their feet in Boulder. 7 for Small. Finds a cutting Harris for the dunk.
That's what you do when you have the great player who's unselfish and understanding. Everybody's loading up on him that someone's going to be open if you don't stay home and you get caught ball watching on the start.
Baskin on the attack against Andre. Oh, Hammond, wild shot, but a foul.
An attack 5 out, and they're dribble driving. They're trying to post up a little bit, not only in the box, but right in front of the rim. They're moving better without the ball. They're attacking West Virginia's pressure with their guards first. And then on the other side, their defense has been good. Their defense has been good. It's been solid, and they've been able to get some stops and then get some runs in transition.
Hammond with the free throws. Back to a 2-point game.
Now this press is, it's annoying for West Virginia is what it is. That's the best way to describe it. It's using up a lot of clock, and it's using up energy to get their offense going.
Powell trying to get around Baskin. Short.
Good contest by Baskin. That was a very good move by Powell, but Baskin stayed right with him, and that 6'9" prevented a good, clean look at the rim.
Powell had 10 in the first half, hasn't scored since the break. Hammond has 18 to lead the Buffs. Baskin takes it over Andre.
It's a solid look. You got to take what the defense gives you. He can make that shot. Sure, they loved it over there on the bench, but you got to keep the defense honest. They back up from the foul line. You got to make that shot.
Harris head down, in and out, and count it. It was in the cylinder. Baskin rips it down, must have touched it while it was still there.
Well, I think he ripped, either he touched the net and pulled the rim down or somehow touched the rim. I don't think he ever touched the ball. It was a tough to see. It happened so quickly, but Kip Kissinger had a really good angle on it, and he called it immediately. I think he touched the rim here. Watch. Yes,
he did.
He grabbed the rim when the ball was on the rim in the cylinder. Good call by Kip Kissinger.
Either he deflected it with the ball up there, or, like you said, absolutely grabbed the rim there.
Hey, JP! Come on, go!
Hammond fouled by Harris. And Sincere Harris has fouled out.
Now, this is West Virginia's mindset to play this way defensively, but you start getting yourself in foul situations, you've got to try to back up a little bit. You have to understand how the game is being called. And it's most likely being called a little bit tighter this half. Whether it's Tad Boyle saying something to the officials like, you got to give us some room to breathe, which they didn't have in the first half, but West Virginia was playing good, solid defense on the perimeter without fouling, but there you see a quick giveaway of free throws and a good player having to leave the game.
And as Harris takes a seat next to Tucker DeVries, he's out for a 7th straight game. West Virginia just can't afford guys fouling out with the short rotation. Andre out there with 4. Hansberry with 4 as well for West Virginia. Small with 21.
Good switch on Small in the pick and roll.
5 to shoot for O'Connor, who backs it out against Ronchik. O'Connor. A chance to tie or take the lead. Ronchik over Andre.
Go, Joe! Go! To them!
Yesufu sprinting. And he's headed to the line.
Well, Joseph Yesufu has played a terrific game. Just a backup who just gives them some depth and some minutes occasionally. He has played with a lot of confidence and toughness, and this is much needed because Colorado's doing a much better job on Javon Small. On the last play, the previous possession, they ran the pick and roll, and Zoe came out and just got out on Small, and at 6'8", did a really good job of defending him at the top, and they switched on the pick and roll and denied the roll man at the rim. And so that was much needed after that stop to get out in transition because they've struggled in the half court.
And Yesufu really has given West Virginia a lift. Couple of free throws here. He's got a dozen.
He's playing good defense on Julian Hammond as well down on this end.
And a turnover, just the second of the second half for Colorado.
Javon Ruffin has played a very good half. He just was trying to rush the issue a little bit, but Javon Small, when he's up in your grill, sometimes those things happen.
Yesufu on the tip by O'Connor. And a foul called.
Well, again, Yesufu missed the shot, but his dribble penetration into the lane and getting all the way to the rim caused Colorado to come over and give some help. And when that happens, you know, the blockouts on the weak side sometimes don't rotate down quickly enough. And they didn't really come over totally, but O'Connor made a good hustle play at the rim.
You see the numbers today. O'Connor 0 for 2 from the free throw line. The 50-year senior from Orange, New Jersey.
Darren DeVries was trying to work the officials, saying it wasn't O'Connor that should be shooting the fouls. I think he wanted to get somebody else on the line who has a better percentage. And can't blame him for that after watching that free throw.
Missed the front end. Mountaineers by 4 as we approach the 4-minute mark. Oh, Hammond was trying to feed Jobe, and it's a takeaway by West Virginia.
That was the old problem from the first half, trying to throw the ball to your post man 25 feet from the basket.
Small in the lane. Back to the leading scorer in the Big 12 against Hammond. The step back 3 offline.
Great defense by Hammond. Just held his ground, cut off the dribble drive, and then closed out hard on the contest.
Hammond catch and shoot.
Oh, Tad Boyle says, why? Why? 4-point game. That's just too quick, too far, too contested.
Tad Boyle was so fiery at practice yesterday, and one of the main talking points with his players is just take good shots.
Well, you're a senior. You can't make that play, that decision after you've worked your way to get back into this game.
And a whistle here. Ruffin defending. And a timeout. West
here today, and they've done a good job because it's not easy. There's a lot. This game has been very, very physical.
Again, that was from about 3 minutes ago as Yesufu misses the first free throw. He was fouled by Javon Ruffin before the timeout. Ruffin now with 4 personals for Colorado. Yesufu with 13 off the bench for shorthanded West Virginia. The lead is 5.
Tad Boyle had some discussion during that last timeout about the shot selection down the stretch, which is so important. And they've been so good this half, but You can't have any slip-ups, especially when you're behind late in the game. And that last time, Hammond rushed the shot.
Ruffin, the turnaround, an air ball, but recovered by Hammond. What a hustle play. Open look for Ruffin for three. Oh, Baskin with the hammer on the follow.
Baskin's been all over the place on both ends, and at 6'9", just great stolen the ball, but they've not allowed Javon Small to take his time to get himself comfortable to start the offense and run the offense. Now they're doubling him to get the ball out of his hands. And last few possessions, he started in the corner and then comes back to the top, and he really hasn't had a lot of freedom to do what he does well.
Okami had it poked away by Baskin, but out of bounds, and it'll stay here. What's the counter for West Virginia then if Colorado keeps trying to get the ball out of Small's
Well,
hands?
they have to try to get him the ball on the wing. I think isolate him, have some misdirection on the weak side where he can play 2-on-2 and have a little bit more space to operate.
5 to shoot for Yesufu. Knifing past Hammond for the bucket.
Or give it to Joseph Yesufu because he's been the answer in the second half with his toughness, his experience, and just playing at a high level this afternoon.
15 for Yesufu, and especially big after Sincere Harris fouled out. Yakimovsky against Small. Trying to feed Jope, and a foul on Andre. He's done. 5th personal on Eduardo Andre.
Well, this is a teaching moment, of course, for a coach. And on the film, they'll be watching this tonight on their way to Houston. And, you know, you got a 5-point lead. You can't reach in. You got to just play solid. You got to play solid defense. You can't give the other team just free points. You got a guy like Soap. He averages 4 points a game. He's not really post up in a dangerous spot. Let him catch it there. Who cares? You know, if he goes to make a move, then you build the wall. Let him shoot over the top. If he makes it, fine. And you're still up 3. Now you put him on the line, and now you're fouled out of the game. It really hurts your team. You've got to be smarter than that.
So Harris has fouled out. Andre has fouled out. Hansberry takes Andre's place with 4 personals himself. And Jope hits the first.
If Soap catches that ball down there, I would venture to say he's going to have a tough time scoring over Eduardo Andre. And he's a good quality player. He's going to be good. He's a freshman. But he's not going to score right where he was posted up. But now he does score, and Andre's out of the game.
And Jope has been nails at the line, 8 for 8. 1 possession game again. 1.5 to play. Yesufu racing, met by Jope. He flips it in with the foul. Joseph Yesufu has been massive for the Mountaineers.
Well, here's the deal with that. When my old coaches used to say, if they're going to press you, you got to make them pay. And they're doubling the ball. They're doubling the ball to get out of Javon Small's hand. And they're pushing up the court. And you've got a fearless guard in Yesufu this afternoon who does make you pay. And it's really not a gambling press. They're just getting the ball out of Small's hands, but Yesufu's been so active and aggressive that he has made them pay for the press.
18 points for Yesufu, the 6th-year senior. Ruffin, way short, and into the hands of Yesufu. And Small is fouled by Ruffin. Javon Ruffin fouls out, 1:03 to go.
That's the beauty of college basketball. You go through the scouting report, you go through the film and the analytics, and you've got all the guys breaking down tape of every individual player. There's not a lot of individual highlights to show about Joseph Yesufu on the season. So he's at the bottom of your scouting report for sure, not something you're thinking about. You're thinking about Okani and Small, of course, and Powell and Andre and Hansberry. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes out of nowhere and makes big play after big play. And I would think he's going to garner some more minutes moving forward. And just played just terrific on both ends all afternoon.
Small knocks down the first. Now, Joseph Yesufu, Tim, a season-high 18 points. Only the second game this year he scored in double figures. He looks like the player he was as a sophomore under Darren DeVries. At Drake, rebound by O'Connor. West Virginia up by 7 with the ball. And Smalls fouled again, this time by Ranchi.
Yeah, you got to give it. You got to give it right away. That's what Tad was yelling at his team. There's no time to fool around. Now down by 7. And just West Virginia just a little tougher on that glass on the offensive rebound on the free throw.
Yesufu, when he was a sophomore at Drake, he averaged 13 points, and that's how he went from Drake to Kansas. Had that breakout season under DeVries, and he's come full circle now, playing for DeVries as a 6th-year senior. 9-point game. Hammond, a brick, rebound for Small. And another foul with 38.9. Now, Colorado showed such fight, clawing their way back in it, but give credit to West Virginia for punching back in the end.
Well, again, you said it well. Colorado did fight, and they changed their scheme a little bit offensively. They changed their lineup. They went into the post. They drove to the basket. They got to the free throw line. They played tougher defense after they gave up those 3 threes to Small. But big play after big play from Yesufu, and just the ability to handle the pressure without panicking, and understand when the clock got under 10, still make good, smart basketball plays led to this win.
26 for Javon Small. Hammond hits a 3, and a timeout for the Buffaloes.
With the game, we're going to learn from him. We're going to look at the tape. We're going to figure out what we do best. We understand we're undermanned, but there's no excuses, and we understand we're in a great league, and every game is going to be tough.
Connie's fouled by Baskin. 28 seconds. That's a guy you want to foul for Colorado. Connie 0 for 3 at the line today.
Well, we put this in the win column for West Virginia. It looks like it, but there have been bigger comebacks in the history of the game. So keep us here.
Missed them both. Here comes Yakimovsky. And fouled. Boy, Javon Small, eyes wide open. Are you serious? If you're West Virginia, what are you even fouling at all? 23 seconds, not that he intended to do that.
I do remember a game where we were down 9 with 50 seconds to go, and the fans left the building and booed at the same time. And then a minute later, we made 3 threes, sent it to overtime, and won. So there you go. That's the beauty of college basketball.
Yakimovsky's first time at the line here today. And he drops them both in. 6-point game, 23 seconds.
Colorado has not given up. They're going to keep pressing. And
Yesufu in trouble, calls the timeout. West Virginia's final timeout.
Aaron DeVries shake run cheek. Not a smart move right in front of the official.
Carrington the deflection. West Virginia ball. Colorado wants a review here.
Especially with Small, already has 1 technical. He came right out before the ball was inbound, and Ranchik was standing there. He just shoved him 2 hands in the chest.
Now the officials head to the monitor here. And Carrington thought for sure it was off West Virginia. Let's take another look. Again, Yesufu trying to connect with Jonathan Powell. Oh man, did it go off the left hand of Powell there at the end?
Looked like it changed direction. Tough to see from our angle. I'm not sure if they're going to have a better one than that to overturn it.
Now, Carrington definitely gets a piece of it here with his right hand. And off the fingertips of Jonathan Powell. But again, ruled West Virginia ball. Is there enough to overturn that? Let's
Play is
find
confirmed.
out. Oh. Okay then.
Yeah, there wasn't enough there.
Yeah.
I mean, it may have happened, but it's just.
Yeah, is it clear and obvious? And it looks awfully close there.
Well, now West Virginia has another issue that the ball is inbounded on a dead spot. So Yesufu cannot move. He's in a very tough area. They're not putting a defender on him, which is a little surprising.
And his teammates all running routes like receivers. The deep ball to O'Connor. And he was able to hit it off Paskin. West Virginia ball 20.7.
Well, Paskin probably should have fouled him right away. But he probably thought that the ball was going out of bounds and didn't anticipate that. It was a good play by O'Connor.
Into Hansberry, and there's the foul. 18.8. So Amani Hansberry, very good free throw shooter, 82% on the year, heads to the line for the first time today. 24 of 29 on the year.
Here's what we were talking about before. Javon Small comes right out of the timeout before the inbound play, and he goes up to Ronchik and just shoves him with 2 hands. And he's got to be better than that. He's lucky Kip Kissinger is standing right there. Some officials, they've had a bad day or a long flight and they're cranky. They might call it technical there.
And like you said, that would have been the second, and Javon Small would have been done. Picked up that technical in the first half.
I like that, though. It's good refereeing to kind of pass on and understand. Let the players play it out. Sometimes those things do happen, but you've got to watch it.
Final 10 seconds. Hammond hoisting. Ronchik gathers. Pulled in by Jonathan Powell. It's a bounce back win for West Virginia on the road here in Boulder.